Hello and welcome all. We are here for a whole new session which will be the real-time trends. The real-time trends are the essential part of every SCADA. That means in every SCADA there will be real-time trend. We have to plot the current trend or current graph in our HMI or the SCADA screen, so that for giving the analog values of a trend, that could be temperature, that could be pressure, that could be flow, that could be the current, voltage, any kind of analog value we can provide for giving the trend. So I'm using one slider I'm using here. Okay, this is my slider. From here I'm simulating the pressure, temperature or whatever. So here I'm using for the slider one, I'm making it as WinCC dark theme. And actually I'm going to the general for giving the process tag. For the process tag I'm actually creating a new tag that will be SL for the slider value, or that will be temperature, temp. So this is my temperature and the data type will be integer. And also I'm creating one more slider for the pressure. So here I'm using another slider that will be used for pressure. So I can create one more tag that will be pressure, P-R-E-S-S-U-R-E, pressure. That also integer. So two tags, one is temperature and another one is pressure. So in the styles and designs, again WinCC dark, and in the general I can actually give the same thing. I'm changing the schematic into pressure, P. I'm making it as P for pressure. P stands for pressure, and for this T stands for temperature. So two sliders, pressure for pressure, simulating pressure, and one for temperature. So I'm using a real-time trend to display the variation of pressure and temperature in a single trend graph. So I'm using here inside the control, so I'm going to use the first control, that will be the trend view. So I'm taking the trend view, drag and drop. And like the previous sliders, I just want to use it as the WinCC dark styles and design. That's my personal favorite, I repeat. And now we get this trend view much better. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to the trend on the top of the property list. You can go to the trend. I'm going to add a trend right here. Trend 1. The trend 1, inside this trend 1, I'm going to provide the source settings. The source will be, first will be the pressure. Okay, first will be the temperature. Okay, sorry, temperature. And the cyclic time will be 0.1 second. 0.1 second. So that while giving that cycle time, you'll be getting much faster. That updation time will be much faster. So you can get a smooth curve. If you are giving 1 second, the curve will be just a bit sticky. So I'm going to the trend 2. That will be in the red color. That should be not temperature, that should be pressure. Not temperature. Go to here. Now how to use the pressure. The pressure will be in the which color? Pressure will be in the red color, and the temperature will be in the black color. So these are the trends we have, and we can actually go for a trial run. So we can go to the simulation and see the working of the trends. So we are at the simulation, and you can see both of the pressure and the temperature are in the 0 format, and I'm going to increase the temperature slightly up. See, the black trend goes up, and when I'm dropping, it falls down, and still the pressure is 0, you can see. And also I'm increasing the pressure steeply, and you can see the temperature, pressure, the temperature, pressure, everything in a single glance you can see. See, this is the real-time trend. Okay, so these are the real-time trends happening in the real time. So you can see after these seconds, after a couple of seconds, it's dropping because I'm using only few things. Only few things means I'm using for displaying the trends only few seconds, only for few seconds. So we can go and edit this trend. So for the trend, right click on the properties. You can actually see the properties of the trend, right? Okay, I can go to the properties of the trend, and I'm just going to change the source settings into 1 second. The cyclic will be 1 second. So for every 1 second that will be saved here also, I'm using 1s, 1 second. And I'm going to run this again. You can see. Here it goes. The temperature I'm increasing. That's not smooth as the 0.01 second. That was a bit sturdy, and you can see the trend, but the trend is clear. Both the temperature and the pressure are clear. Okay, the 0.1 second only holds up to here, and if you go for 1 second, that will comes up to this point. So that is the cyclic time acquisition. So this is the real-time trend. So if you are using a process value from the PLC, that PLC process value can be displayed over here. That is a real-time trend.